Hi, Bragadeesh, how are you?
So hi Shaurya, I'm well.
A score of 340 out of 340 on the GRE. That's huge. How do you feel?
I feel wonderful. It was, I would say, a combination of a hard work and a smart work, which actually got me this score.
So, Bragadeesh, let's just to get started. Could you please introduce yourself to us?
Yeah, so my name is Bragadeesh Venkatesh. So I'm basically from Trichurapalli, Tamil Nadu. I have studied my 11th and 12th in Kamalani Montessori School in association with Seekers. Then after that, I have cleared my AIEEE examination and I have joined NIT Jamshedpur in the year of 2012. And I have completed it in 2016. And I have joined Byju's the learning application as an intern in like 2016. And progressively, I have got 5 growths in 5 years. And then right now I'm a senior business development manager handling a core profit and loss designation in the company.
Great. So, you seem to be doing quite well for yourself in your career. How do you decide that taking the GRE was the right next step for you?
So I didn't want to go for master's since I didn't like my course. I wanted to go in the field of MBA since I always liked the field of MBA, marketing consultancy, and that's my job as well in the last 5.5 years. That's the reason I was inclined towards GRE.
Great. Also, you mentioned that GRE was not really your first option because you were planning to pursue an MBA. You did consider a GMAT earlier. How did you decide that no, maybe GRE is also an equally good option?
I basically got placed in my college third year. So I had a complete fourth year to prepare for my GRE or GMAT. So I prepared for my GRE and I wrote my GRE as well. And I got a 320 score. So then after that, I thought I would go for my master's. Being that specific group, you need more score. So then after that, I started my journey, my complete career with Byju's. It was like 5.5 years. Just after my marriage, I started preparing for my GMAT. So 3 months down the line, I have completely prepared for my GMAT, and then my scores turned up to be like a 720, 730. So they actually mentioned, right, a saturation point. I have got 4 mocks I wrote, and all 4 mocks I've got a 720, 730 score. But in verbal, I was not able to match up the numbers. Then after that, your contents and everything, then I came to know that even GRE is possible. And I even browsed some college websites which I wanted to go ahead. They even mentioned that a GMAT or an equivalent GRE score is needed. Then after that, I could rather push from a 720 to a 735 plus. That was the target.
Great. That makes so much sense.
Yes.
Coming to Jamboree, how did Jamboree help you in achieving this great score?
As I mentioned, I handle a core responsibility in my company, which is a profit and loss responsibility where you commit something and you deliver something. So I usually work for 10 hours or 11 hours a day for 5 to 6 days. So after working for 10, 11 hours a day and you come back home and you start preparing for your examination, basically you need a structured preparation. I actually understood that there is a changeover required because it was not shooting beyond 325 again. As my wife brought down 5 to 6 institutes in Hyderabad outside and everything. So then after that, she understood that after watching the success stories of Jamboree, that this is a much better platform for you to explore. And after that, another point is like, I work from Wednesday to Sunday. So the timing even matched. So she's like, okay, at least go and try a demo class. Batch is starting next week. So I just tried, I just went to the class. It was very good. The approach, what they used was very good. So I thought, okay, yeah.
So it does seem like a perfect match, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Okay. How did you go about structuring your preparation once you got started?
As I have told, my quant was pretty good, I would say. I had this soft corner for numbers. I like numbers from my childhood. Basically, I would tell I had 6 months time to master the verbal section. My strength was quant, so I had bit weakness in some parts of verbal. So I spent my complete time on verbal. So I used to start my preparation from 10 p.m. and it used to go till 1 o'clock or even 2 o'clock or even some days to 2:30, 3 o'clock. Since I prepared for my GMAT, the reading comprehension part became very easy for me in GRE comparatively. That took me close to 2 months.
Is there any challenge you faced with the preparation with any specific topic, perhaps?
My challenges, I had challenges which I faced in sentence equivalence and the text completion, which I had no idea what to check because I had a lot of books with me. That was a problem. Having a lot of resources is also a problem. Like different books gave me different paths to go ahead. So when I came across Jamboree, she was very specific on what to learn and how to go ahead, things and everything. And even in Jamboree portal, we have the verbal phrases, and after that, the synonyms, antonyms, whatever we have to know, the common words. So I had to go with that. And again, it helped me out.
So you have been an experienced professional. How did you manage your GRE preparation alongside work?
Yeah, so that was not a challenge is what I would tell, because once you see that you have 24 hours in a day and close to 6 hours is gone for your sleep schedule, and you have another 18 hours day. I work for 12 hours. So the time which is left for me is 6 hours. So what is left over is the remaining 4 hours. And GRE, most people think that GRE is about quantity, but it's about quality. It's about studying daily. That can yield results. 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day, that can yield your results. And again, you have to sacrifice something to get something. I had to sacrifice my hobbies for 3-4 months, which is all together. That was a plan which was there.
Is there any element of Jamboree's teaching methodology that really helped you or really appealed to you?
It completely changed my approach towards verbal problems, because in quant, if you see, it's about finding the right answer.
Yeah.
So when you solve the problem, you get the right answer.
Mm-hmm.
In verbal, there is nothing called a right answer. You have to choose the best possible answer. So when I came to Jamboree, the approach change which I had is, instead of choosing the right answer, I started eliminating the wrong answers. Once I started eliminating the wrong answers, you will be left with two options left on final, and you have to choose between which is the best option. So that approach changed the game for me. From 325, I could break the barrier of verbal 155, and I could go beyond 160.
So there are two aspects of the preparation that stick out to me. One is your efficiency, and two is your ambitious nature. You really did want a very good score. How was your experience on the test day?
On the test day, I'll just tell you what exactly has happened. I was just thinking of taking an off. So I had decided to go to my office. I worked the complete day. I came back home at 9 o'clock as usual. Without even having a thought of the exam, I straight away started my examination at 10 o'clock as usual, which is my timing, because the timing you study and you practice, and the time you give exam, it should be the same. The exam started at 12 and it got over at 3 o'clock. If I would have taken a leave, or if I would have studied a lot on the test day, I would have been nervous.
Makes sense.
I just learned the things, and I knew I'm good in quant, and I knew my strengths, my weakness. I knew where I have to focus, time management skills and everything. I focused on that, and it gave me the results.
So did you take the GRE at home?
Yes.
How was the experience giving it at home?
It was good, is what I would tell. Close to three invigilators have changed in between, and then you have to just be at the same place, and then you have to keep sharing them the 360-degree view to show that it's happening well. So then after that, the best part is like, it's your place. It's where you studied. The place where you studied for 6 months, the environment which you are aware of. There's no checking as it used to happen, like at random timings in centers. It's home, center, it doesn't matter. It's the same thing. It's about what you have prepared, you're going to deliver the best.
That does sound like a good way to go about it. Now, what college are you planning to pursue after having gotten this score?
Okay. I have done my research for the last 5-6 months to understand my interest, the field which is aligning my interest. There were 7 to 8 colleges which came to my mind. So like 2 of them are from Europe, INSEAD, and after that, London Business School. Then after that, and I have 7 colleges in US, which are the Harvard, after that MIT, Columbia, Chicago Booth, then Kellogg, then Wharton. These are the colleges I'm planning in US as well.
So post these colleges, that's where you see yourself.
Exactly. That's where I see myself.
that does give all of us a very good picture of how you managed to achieve this great achievement. Just to end with, any parting advice, any word of advice for our aspiring students looking to start their preparation?
First thing, you must have a dream. Second thing is you must constantly acquire knowledge, hard work, and have a lot of perseverance. Third thing is you will have problems coming in your way. You should not be afraid of your problems. Fourth important thing is you should not give up. Yeah. I had a simple funda in my preparation. If you can aim for the maximum, why do you want to limit yourself in planning something lower than your level? If you'll plan for a 325, maybe you'll think that, okay, fine, I'm happy with the 325. Okay, it's your career. You are going to change it completely. It's a switch which is happening right now. The college which you are going to go is going to matter the most. So if it requires you to get a maximum score, go for it. And most importantly, I would like to tell another thing. Life is all about the change. My college CGPA is just a 7.5, but it will not matter right now. It's because the way which I bounce back is what is going to matter right now. And most importantly, like I would like to tell that there are most of the people with attitude or with the thought process that I have to leave my job, I have to go home, I have to study. That would be a bad move according to me, because when you're going to leave your job and when you're going to sit at your home and study, that's going to be even more pressurizing. And again, as I told, GRE is not about quantity. It's about quality. And GRE, GMAT, whatever exam you write, I think I'm in the right place to give it because I've written both the examination. It's not an exam for your quant or verbal. The first thing is it's about you. It's about how you're going to test yourself. Like how disciplined are you going to be? So in just analyzing the sections, how to go ahead with that. That's what is going to matter. Your complete preparation, whatever you do is complete secondary. You have to be a good test taker. And most importantly, there's a constant mistake which most of the people are doing. You are just writing a mock just to understand your shortcoming. If you're not going to understand your shortcoming, if you keep going to write mocks over and over again, it's not going to help. It's just going to draw your confidence down. I'm just giving this advice because when I was preparing for my GMAT, I used to write one mock every day just to make sure that I complete 11 mocks. It did not help. So once you understand your weakness and once you go ahead with that, once you find out the right person is what I can tell, to find out your weakness and to correct it, that's the best thing. So don't just listen to somebody who comes to you and tells that you got a 320, it's a good score. Plan for the big. Dream big is what I can tell. If I could get a 340, so I think any other person can get the mark, or at least can aspire for a 335 plus.
That is truly really inspiring, Bragadeesh. Thank you so much for joining us. It was absolutely wonderful having you.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thanks a lot.